For 2 billion, okay. I'll admit it. I'd stick a live salmon in a 65-year-old dude's butt for $2 billion. I'll be a man. I'll admit it. I'd do it for 2 bill. Okay, so let's see. I don't know. I have no idea what the content is going to be here, but yeah, the shocking and horrible truth. Instagram models.
I'm sickening in my stomach because I just found out what's happening with the Instagram model, what they really do when they go in Dubai for a vacay or during a luxury trip. And we need to talk about what's going on, and we need to talk about the truth.
I mean, it might be news to her. I think a lot of people, kind of know what's up a little bit when you're going to Dubai. It's either, you're promoting something, right? Or you're perhaps exchanging favors.
Instagram, here and there I bump into a photo of a gorgeous woman with the perfect body, perfect symmetrical face, wearing designer outfit, an Hermes handbag, posing in the front of a jet yacht luxury car, and you have hashtag Dubai, vacays in paradise, and we know all those girls with the account, they only suggestive photos because they're selling themselves on Instagram. Check as well on the IG profile. They don't say, for example, here, check in my bio the YouTube link or my styling course, but all the brand deals, they just said booking inquiries. So I'm here to tell you there are lots of drop-dead gorgeous girl every time when they have over 100,000 followers on Instagram drinking a cocktail in Dubai. There's a very high probability that she is a Dubai porta potty. Dubai has become known as a global
Dubai porta potty? That's a term. I mean, I think so first off, I think she's being a little general, but I mean, yeah, I think everybody knows that a lot of times going over to these places, it's not just a vacation. Regardless, like I said, regardless of what actually happens, that's one thing, whether it is exchanging favors for either the actual trip resort itself, doing product promotion, doing, photo stuff, whatnot. It's all just part of the business.
Sex tourism hub for decades. Dubai has a reputation of flying in sex worker and safe trafficking women for decades, despite sex work being illegal in all UAE states.
Prostitution has turned Dubai into the go-to destination for sex tourism in the Gulf.
The number of active sex workers in Dubai is estimated at 45,000 girls. It is impossible to know that for an actual number, but with many of these women are trafficked from countries such as Bangladesh under the impression that they will be working as a domestic worker. But it's getting worse.
That's what I was just saying, right? I mean, that's the other situation, right? That's where, you think you're getting a job, they take your passport, and whoop, well, you're stuck here now.
Please, if you are eating or if this video is going to be too much for you, do not watch it. So in a nutshell, you can invite an Instagram model to Dubai I talk about US dollars for 30,000 paid holiday that she can post after by adoring followers where the life is so amazing. So this way it give free advertising for the city and country, and for her it's free content. So what does she has to do in return? So what happened in Dubai dies in Dubai. That's what they said as well. And if you think about sex, yes, of course, but it's much worse than that, because they have to sign an NDA, and usually it has to be on the video NDA as proof that she's consenting. They agree to do everything from pleasure, camels, dogs, to let them shit on them, to have sex with children of 11.
Oh, hold on. Okay, this just took a turn. Did she just say sex with dogs and getting shit on? Did they just...
Consenting, they agree to do everything from pleasure, camels, dogs, to
Camels?
let them shit on them, to have sex with children of 11 or 14 years old, to become men. And this is why the girls are known as porta potties, because their mouth is a porta potty. It's a portable toilet.
Okay, so now we've gotten to the point where, okay, when you're bringing up such specific instances, such specific things, right? I was gonna say we need some proof. You need some evidence for those claims. She has a couple of articles linked below, but certainly that take that with a grain of salt until we can have some evidence otherwise.
So disgusted when I found that. I
Not
was
saying it's
actually
impossible,
making this video about those girls.
those are some
Instagrammer
outrageous
in
claims,
Dubai,
certainly.
Just talking about more the money thing, but I found those articles and actually I was like disgusted, and I cannot even show you and told you everything, but I'm happy to link the article if you're interested.
It's one of those situations, right, where if what she just said was true, you know, it's like you start to question, is the world a lot darker of a place than I thought it was? At least that's what it kind of makes me think.
Both in a novice picture are a marketing ploy. The girls will list their location, London, Dubai, including an email address for booking inquiries, and feature countless images of themselves living up in Dubai. But guess what? This is what one has to say, and brace yourself and stop eating, please. So this is a real witness, of course, anonymous, and she said,
Brace yourself, stop eating.
I've literally been peed and shit on so many times, I just don't understand why they like it. After the third time you get shit on, you get used to it. I had to have sex with a German Shepherd dog in front of a Saudi royalty.
Anonymous witness testimony, right? I mean, maybe it might be worth looking at the articles later, but we're getting to the point where it's like, I'm having trouble believing you, you know? You can't just say all this stuff without some real good evidence behind it and expect me to just believe you. But yeah, I don't, you know, okay, so far we're halfway through, but I'm having a bit of trouble just taking it at face value, what she's saying.
I got paid to eat shit. I got paid to get beat up. I even had to stick a live salmon in some of 65-year-old men ass. I have sex with 14-year-old boys to make them men. I smeared my face with their shit. So to all of you ladies that are going to bash me, I'm 24 years old and I have $1 million liquid.
Right, if you come on, who is just believing those claims? Again, you know, certainly not saying it's impossible, but that's a whole lot. That's a whole lot to just take in and be like, yeah, okay, I believe you. So you just heard, you heard a lot of words just now. You heard a whole lot of words. And a lot of those words that you heard are not typically words that go together. You don't usually find those words put next to each other in sentences. And like I said, I'm gonna, you know, okay, you've said that, and I'm sure that when an Instagram model gets invited to Dubai, you know, it's never just a vacation. There's some kind of business aspect to it, but that's a lot of info to just simply believe. So yeah, she said that. That's where we are. I can't just simply believe that without evidence, but you know, that's where we are at the moment. Continue on from there.
Imagine, if sex work is already dangerous in every country, what about countries with shocking human rights abuses, repressing law, very powerful clients and women forced to sign NDAs? Do not underestimate just what these men will do to protect themselves, okay? And what's more, it's to do seriously think what these girls are able to go to if they get into trouble and those...
Yeah, I mean, you know, no surprise. They're gonna protect themselves if any of that info is real. For $2 billion, okay. I'll admit it. I'd stick a live salmon in a 65-year-old dude's butt for $2 billion.
I'm not ready yet.
I'll be a man. I'll admit it. I'd do it for $2 billion.
Strips, even if the rape cannot go to the police, of course not, because those men are protected. And women in Dubai can go to prison if they rape before having relationship outside of illegal marriage. So yes, if you're raped, you will go to jail because it's going to be your fault because you had sex with a married man. I mean, this is insane, you know, but you have to be aware of that when people showing their gorgeous and lavish lifestyle in Dubai.
Now that is absolutely right. I mean, Dubai specifically, I know that public displays of affection are illegal. Very, you know, very strict on certain things. The other stuff, we're gonna need a little bit more proof. We're gonna need a little bit more evidence. One is the BBC, the other is some, this 2 out of the 3 websites she linked, right? This Atinka News is Ghana's online news and entertainment platform. So this is a website from Ghana. That doesn't inspire the most confidence from me. And it delivers entertaining contents ranging from celebrity gossip, lifestyle buzz, viral videos, and latest news. Okay, also not inspiring the most amount of confidence in me that this is a website that you can, simply believe what they're printing. Yeah, certainly a topic worth of discussion if it's true, right? Like I said, she's making a whole lot of claims, and the BBC one is the one that we should probably be looking at most, and it's from 2020. The other two articles are from 2022. They're about 3 weeks apart. So the BBC article here is titled "Influencers Being Offered Thousands for Sex." Tyne Lexi says she was 19 when she was first propositioned. So let's read a little bit about this here. Top social media influencers are being propositioned daily by strangers with offers of thousands of pounds in return for sex, the Victoria Derbyshire program has been told. It's high-end prostitution. It's just scary to think if they've messaged me, they've probably sent it to thousands of pretty girls on Instagram. Says she was only 19 when she was first propositioned with an offer of $20,000 or euros, 20,000 euros, pound, or I think that's euros, maybe that's pounds, I don't even, for dinner and drinks, whatever. But after starring in Series 2 of Love Island, an agency emailed offering her 50,000 euros or pounds for 5 nights in Dubai. It contained a non-disclosure agreement stating that the details of what she would be required to do would remain confidential. It says she refused the offer but fears that struggling influencers who do not receive luxury items for free would feel pressured to keep up appearances and become vulnerable to these kinds of transactions. It's a lot of money for some people. It's life-changing amounts of money. So next person here, Rosie Williams, who starred in Series 3 of Love Island, said she was offered £100,000 a year plus all her clothes and bags to become a companion to a man in Dubai. She showed us a recent message she had received from a man purporting to be in Dubai. She says it may be surprised to hear from him, but he has an important transaction he wishes to share. Important transaction in quotes. Says she would never be tempted despite large amount of money involved. Okay, says it's not an aspect of fame she anticipated. You're warned about trolling. You're warned your life will change dramatically. You never warned that you could get bought by men. She says it's not spoken about in influencer circles. We either aren't in a position where we need to do it, so we don't speak about it, or we've done it and we feel too ashamed. Degraded and violated. The program has seen several messages which influencers have received. The approaches vary from men directly suggesting sex to agents acting on behalf of a wealthy client. We received anonymous written evidence from a person claiming to be a British reality star who said he'd been offered £10,000 of sex as part of a holiday package. Isabel, quoted fake name, said she was first approached on Instagram by a man 10 years older than her after she completed a TV talent show. I was initially offered designer handbags. He had a fetish for being financially dominant, so he would get a sexual kick out of spending hundreds of pounds on bags for me. I would also struggled to keep my followers engaged online. I guess that's why I accepted the offer. She said they did not meet for 18 months and spoke every day, so she was excited to meet him. He was really pleasant when I was there. At dinner, we started drinking, and he was asking about my finances. I explained I was in £5,000 in debt. He said, have sex with me, and I'll give you double that. He said she went up to his hotel room, went through with it, felt kind of mixed and degraded, really annoyed at myself, violated. He insists it is not a form of prostitution, it's a targeted relationship that progresses over time, whereas I think the prostitution, you agree to a fee with a stranger. I mean, so far, right, this would be like kind of the standard of what I said, like, yeah, this kind of stuff goes on, of course. A lot of the other stuff, though, I think is coming from those 2 articles from, again, this other website, which I am probably not interested in actually trusting at all. I mean, so this is not anything crazy, right? This is kind of to be expected level of info on this, right? Like, yeah, attractive Instagram models get offered to come to Dubai and have stuff paid for in exchange for sex, right? No one's surprised. That's business as usual. Do you believe sus stuff happens? Go on IG and add Dubai, you'll find tons of IG models with bookings and bios and WhatsApp numbers. Yeah, no, I mean, definitely, like, there's offers like that, right? Ultimately, unless you have a compelling reason otherwise, I don't think it's in our interest to trust a self-admitted celebrity gossip entertainment news site from Ghana as as something to believe that the content in here is actually true and happening and not either heavily exaggerated or just purely made up. I'm going to say that, most likely, again, unless she has, unless there's some more compelling evidence somewhere, right? This person either was willingly or unwillingly duped, right? It's always possible that she could have read this and just been like, hey, I don't care if I believe it, I'm gonna make a video about it, I cannot believe those claims without better evidence. I follow the model trust but verify, right? I'll believe what you're saying is true, but I still need evidence myself until I really believe it's true, like, right? I believe that you believe what you're saying, and you're not telling me this maliciously, right? But before I will actually believe it. I need better evidence than just you saying it or celebrity gossip websites from Ghana. Now, is it impossible that anything like that has ever happened? Of course not. But the idea of it just being a common occurrence, right, that Instagram models are getting propositioned to fuck camels and all kinds of crazy shit she said, right? You haven't convinced me. Hashtag Seattle, see me offering services. You never know. You never know what's going on behind the Denny's. Like to be shit on, however, I wouldn't mind a golden shower for the right price. Shower me with gold, baby. Lake it on me.